All right, let's continue that painting. Mattphilleo here at the Yurt in Cable, Wisconsin, and working on an 11 by 14 portrait of the veteran. And here we go with the initial layers. We left off with blocking in some of the values using raw umber dark and ultramarine blue. And right now we're going to continue the process. And let's add some color to this. Let's add some color. We'll have a little bit of fun. Put some matte medium down, fresh matte medium on the palette. And let's take a little bit of, well, actually, I tell you what, let's look at the photo and study the faces. See what coloring we need. I think what I'm going to do is take a little bit of alizarin crimson and some raw umber dark. Mix those two together. Kind of a flesh tone started. Now, there is no recipe for flesh tones. Every face is different. So, and then even within the face, there's different nuances, different color temperatures depending on what part of the face we're looking at. But I'm going to use this mixture of alizarin crimson, raw umber dark, and just start getting in some of the shadows. And looking at it, it looks like possibly it could get a little warmer. Let's add a little bit of burnt sienna and warm it up a bit. It's more of an orangish brown. So add that to the mix. I'll just wipe that off. I don't want to go with that. Let's be a little warmer. And we're just going to start filling in the shadow side of the face. Touch that very faintly. And a little more burnt sienna by his neck. Let's use that color. So we want that to kind of emulate that orangish color that we see there in the reference photo. So we're just going to leave off right here because we can see the shadow stops kind of along that curve, and so I stopped right there. And we're going to add a little more matte medium, dilute this just a bit. Get this shadow on the top of his forehead. This has to be a little lighter, so I'm going to add more medium to thin it out.
Hey, really quick, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more videos. And also visit realisticacrylic.com for more tutorials like this. And don't forget to share it with your friends. Thanks a lot.
A little bit of a shadow by his cheek here. Just work that in. Just going to dab the edge with my finger to soften it up. A little shadow right here. Let the nose be a bit brighter. A couple spots. But this is where it's lighter. Okay, right here, the reference photo, you can see this side of his face is lighter around the eyebrow area, around the eye socket. So we want to hit that very, very lightly. Just across the ear, we'll add a little bit of a shadow. Bring that down. And I think that will be a good start to his face. Now for her face, flesh tone is a little less pink. You can see his face has a little more of a pinkish tone. Hers is a little more yellowish. So for that, let's add some raw sienna to the mix. A little more raw sienna. And still a little bit more. We'll add just a little of this mixture here that had the raw umber dark, alizarin crimson, and burnt sienna. But It's mostly going to be raw sienna. And we're going to pay attention to that lighter area. You can see on the top of her head. Let's zoom this in a little bit. Notice again how it's lighter right here. The area below her cheek to the nose, all that is in shadow, but this area is highlighted, so we're going to darken this a little bit. Bring a shadow up into her forehead slightly. Bring this down past her hair. That's very important to get that shadow from the hair. I see that with a lot of artists. That's a common mistake, is that they don't paint the shadow from the hair, and so the hair looks very flat. If you want to give it that three-dimensional look, you need to have the shadow going over the forehead that's cast from the thickness of the hair. So we're leaving, like I say, that little bit of a highlight right in the middle. I'll just add just a bit of shading around her eye. And that should about do it for that layer. And I think I'm going to leave off there. I just want to show you the beginning part of the skin tones on this portrait and how to get the faces started. So again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment for me. I'll always love to hear from you. If you have any questions on acrylic portrait painting, let me know. And then at realisticacrylic.com, I have more tutorials, videos, different resources for you to help you in your portrait painting. So anyway, thanks for watching. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. There we got some nice bacon cooking here. Over an open fire, nothing better. Well, maybe when we get the scrambled eggs, it'll be a good combo.